Hi everyone, this is Sabrina and I just wanted to do a quick review on using the correct naming conventions and NC codes. And I know the big question is why? Why is this important? And I wanted to explain that the only way our system can differentiate between the NC club sessions and the CC sessions of the rest of the company is for us to be able to use the correct naming conventions and codes when setting up the sessions. This becomes incredibly important because if your session or my session doesn't pull, then we don't have accurate data, and then we could lose out on funding and the ability to make our programming even more impressive year after year. So that depends on our data being accurate. So I just wanted to take a moment and review the naming convention and the specific NC codes that we use to set up our club sessions so we can all be accurate and uniform when we make our sessions. So the very first thing we do is to choose the PG that we're going to use to set up our club today. So I'm going to use Debate Club and I'm going to create new Class Connect session. So when that create new Class Connect session pop-up shows up on your screen, you're going to want to choose assembly. I know that that's very, like it seems like this is what we use, of course, but I've noticed that some may not be using it, and that may actually just be, an oversight. So just make sure that you choose assembly and then hit continue. Next, we're going to enter the National Club data-specific codes and naming conventions. So a naming convention actually has 6 parts, and we need to make sure we include all 6 parts every single time. So the very first part is the NC. Now that's a code that stands for National Clubs, and we're going to enter that first and then hit the space button. We do not need an underscore. Underscores just kind of change it, and then the reports don't pull it. So NC space, and then we always have to use the grade range because when we're pulling data, sometimes I don't know if it's your 6-8 club or if it's your 9-12 club if you have multiple clubs. So for this one, I'm going to use 9 through 12 and then hit the space bar again. And then I'm going to include the third part, which is the club name, Debate Club, and always use the word club after it so it's uniform, and then hit spacebar again. The fourth part is the just for fun designation, and then we're going to hit space again. The month, so this is March. Now, even if there's only one session in March, I still need number 1. But if it's your second session, you would put number 2. So these are the 6 sections of our naming convention. We have NC space, our grade range, 9 through 12 space, our title of the club, debate, and then the word club after it, space, our designation, that's just for fun, and then our month, number, and it's either number 1 or number 2. So that is the naming convention. It needs to have all 6 parts every time. We're going to leave our instructional level at general. Your name should automatically populate. The subject is always going to be other. So we go down to other, and then the course is none. That's a new change this year. Okay, the unit lesson, I know it sounds like this is one of those that is not overly important, but here it becomes super important because this is what the schools use to differentiate our programming from theirs. So we need to have K-12 NC every single time in the unit/lesson row. And then program, of course, is clubs. And once you hit that, you have set it up properly. Really important that we always have them at, I set them at 55 minutes. This was a suggestion Sonia made. That way people can't sign in late and keep you from shutting down the room because that will hold up your recording. And then the never repeats always has to be there. And then once we've gotten through that, we have all of our people added, and then we are ready. And this is where I would double check that your naming convention is correct and that you've chosen all the correct clubs, and then schedule session. So now what? I know it seems pedantic, and please know we're not trying to be legalistic. Just know that we really need this data to be accurate. So I need you to already, those of you who've already set up your club sessions, would you please now go and double check your naming convention? I know that I will be checking it today, later today, and the rest of the week, so make sure that they're correct. And if you have scheduled your session for later in the month, just please keep this recording handy so you can refer back to it. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this recording, and please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Have a wonderful day.